Rudolf Nureyev was a Soviet-born ballet dancer and choreographer who is regarded as the greatest male ballet dancer of his generation. He was born on a Trans-Siberian train near Irkutsk, Siberia, to a Tatar family. Nureyev started his career with the Kirov Ballet, now known as the Mariinsky Ballet, in Leningrad. In 1961, he defected from the Soviet Union to the West despite KGB efforts to stop him. This was the first defection of a Soviet artist during the Cold War and created an international sensation. Nureyev danced with the Royal Ballet in London and served as director of the Paris Opera Ballet from 1983 to 1989. He was also a choreographer and produced his own interpretations of numerous classical works, including Swan Lake, Giselle, and La Bayadere. Nureyev's mother was born in Kazan, and his father was from a small village near Ufa in the Republic of Bashkiria. Nureyev had 3 older sisters and was raised in a Tatar Muslim family. He noted in his autobiography that he could feel the difference in himself as a Tatar, and his Tatar blood flows somehow faster and is always ready to boil. Rudolf Nureyev fell in love with dance after watching a performance of the ballet Song of the Cranes. His precocity was noticed by teachers who encouraged him to train in Leningrad. He was accepted by the Vaganova Academy of Russian Ballet in Leningrad in 1955, after he was unable to enroll in a major ballet school until the age of 17 due to the disruption of Soviet cultural life caused by World War II. Nureyev joined the Kirov Ballet, now Mariinsky, upon his graduation in 1958, where he moved immediately beyond the corps level and was given solo roles as a principal dancer from the outset. He became one of the Soviet Union's best-known dancers and danced 15 roles from 1958 to 1961 with the Kirov Ballet, usually opposite his partner Ninel Kurgatkina. Nureyev was invited to dance at a gathering at Khrushchev's dacha, and in 1959, he was allowed to travel outside the Soviet Union to dance in Vienna at the International Youth Festival, but was later told he would not be allowed to go abroad again by the Ministry of Culture. In Paris, his performances electrified audiences and critics, and he allegedly frequented gay bars in Paris, which alarmed the Kirov's management and the KGB agents observing him. Nureyev escaped his KGB minders and asked for asylum with the help of French police and a Parisian socialite friend, Clara Saint. He was signed by the Grand Ballet du Marquis de Cuevas within a week and performed The Sleeping Beauty with Nina Virabova. On a tour of Denmark, he met Erik Brun, a soloist at the Royal Danish Ballet, who became his lover, his closest friend, and his protector until Brun's death in 1986. Rudolf Nureyev, a famous dancer, tested positive for HIV in 1984, but denied his illness for several years. By the late 1980s, Nureyev's abilities had declined, disappointing his fans who remembered his past greatness. In the summer of 1991, Nureyev began to deteriorate significantly, and by the spring of 1992, he had entered the final phase of AIDS. In March 1992, Nureyev visited Kazan and appeared as a conductor in front of the audience at Musa Khalil Tatar Academic Opera and Ballet Theatre. Nureyev fought his illness with the hope of fulfilling an invitation to conduct Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet at an American Ballet Theatre benefit on May 6, 1992 at the Metropolitan Opera House in New York. Nureyev's last public appearance was on October 8, 1992, at the premiere at Palais Garnier of a new production of La Bayadere that he choreographed after Marius Petipa for the Paris Opera Ballet. Nureyev re-entered the hospital Notre Dame du Perpetuel Secours in Levallois-Perret on November 20, 1992 and died there from AIDS complications at age 54 on January 6, 1993. His funeral was held in the marble foyer of the Paris Garnier Opera House, and many paid tribute to his brilliance as a dancer. Nureyev's grave, at the Russian cemetery in Sainte-Geneviève-des-Bois near Paris, features a tomb draped in a mosaic of an oriental carpet, reflecting his love for beautiful carpets and antique textiles. Since his death in 1993, the Paris Opera has instituted a tradition of presenting an evening of dance homage to Nureyev every 10 years. Nureyev's reputation was restored after being denied a place in the Mariinsky Ballet's history, and his name was re-entered the history of the Mariinsky. The Centre National du Costume de Scène has a permanent collection of Nureyev's costumes. In 2015, Nureyev was inducted into the Legacy Walk. A monument honoring Nureyev was unveiled in November 2018 at the square near the Musa Khalil Tatar Academic Opera and Ballet Theatre in Kazan.